Well, we're slowly getting that Model 2 back together. That monitor circuit board is loose because I'm currently working on the power supply. Got the disk drive all cleaned up. We'll find out if it works. I got this one cleaned up too, so hopefully if one doesn't work, the other one will. And then we'll work on these controller cards next. Like this is the disk drive controller card and it's corroded real bad. It might still be making contact, but it just looks almost every solder joint on this card looks bad. But the rest of the controller cards look good. There's your video card and keyboard controller. Here's a memory card. And the actual computer itself. Where's that Tandy model TRS-80 Model 2 power supply? And while most of the caps, all the electrolytic caps look good, this one here does not. And you can see it's cracked. It's coming apart. That one and this one here is much worse. I have replacements though. And there's some of our replacements. Two there. And a couple others to replace both of these. This is when I blew up a power supply on a TRS-80 Model 3, this was the one that blew up. And I've got replacements for these too, but what they sent me was, I don't know, they're so different. Yeah, that's what they sent me, which doesn't quite match, but as long as they do the same job, they should work. Anyway, there we go. We got the desoldering iron heated up and my regular soldering iron heated up, and we're ready to go. Should be fun. Well, there's the old cap. And that's actually a split that's opened up. So this isn't sealed anymore. This is just a ticking time bomb. And here's the replacement. They got the numbers written different, but it's still 0.22 microfarad or a 220 nanofarad. Anyway, the leads are a little bit different, but I can trim those and make it work. Yeah, it looks, oops, there we are. Yeah, it looks a lot better. And then here is the other replacement for the other capacitor. Alright, here we go. Like I said, the other capacitors on this power supply looked like they were in good shape. They weren't bulging or anything. Everybody looks good, everybody looks happy. Even the great big capacitors. So, we'll leave them alone. I don't have some of these. I don't have some of these. I do. I have replacements for, but certainly the replacements that I have won't fit in those little plastic holders. So I just rather keep these in here if I can. It's really these plastics. I guess these are film capacitors. These are the ones that are going to go. So, we'll get those replaced and get that back in there. Well, there we go. A little trim, and it's all ready to go. My handy soldering job. And there we go, all trimmed up. Good to go. Now time to desolder that one. And there's the second one in. Two brand new capacitors in there. Huh. And then this wire here, I need to plug this back into the 115 volt line, because you can change it to 230 for Australia and other countries. Plug that back in there. I'm looking at these over here. They don't look like they're in bad shape. And since what they sent me doesn't quite match perfectly, I mean, they match the values and everything, but the pins aren't, the leads aren't going to line up, and it's going to be kind of tedious. And since they're in good shape, I think I'll just leave them. It's these two that get a lot of stress, and I guess maybe they get hot or get warm and that plastic cracks, or I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Almost every TRS-80 I've ever looked at has had to have these replaced because of the same thing. Here's this one. This is the old one, the 0.1 microfarad. Didn't look real bad, but you could see the stress cracks in there, so I went in and replaced that. This is the one that's actually cracked and opened up. Well, I guess I can put this back in that model too. As it is. That is an Aztec power supply, believe it or not. Doesn't say how many watts it is. 2 amps, 115 volts. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, I had to make a quick repair right there. Had to resolder that ground wire back to the back of the picture tube to the board there. Anyway, we got the power supply back in. We got everything bolted back to where it's supposed to be. The monitor chassis is bolted in tight. Now we're ready to start looking at other things. I think I started looking at this and thought maybe some of these solder joints, I don't know, they might just be old. We got, whoops, where we go? Here we go. Got some solder joints there that are bad. We'll take that in the back and have a look at it. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do with this board. I mean, that's a lot of solder joints to redo. I don't know, maybe we'll give it a try and see what happens.